Hi, and welcome to the Yarn Habit Geek podcast. My name is Laura. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Ravelry as Yarn Habit Geek. There is also a Ravelry group where you can find the show notes and take a part in my very first knit-along, which is Doctor Who themed. And it's already started, and it will be ending the end of July. So, with all that taken care of, let's get started with this week's episode, shall we? Alright, whips of the week. So this week, I was a little bit of a monogamous knitter. And so, if you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, you will know I have a finished object, which is what I worked on for most of the week. But after that was done, I worked on a few other of my whips. So let's get started with the first one, which is the other half of the Wicked Witch socks I'm working on. I just finished the toes, and now I'm getting to the striped part of the sock. So I'll be working on this more later in the week. Who knows? Maybe get it finished, so it will be a full finished object. And next up is something I just now like to work on during my travels on the public transit right now, because it's so small. It's still small enough for me to pack, but it is my Cozy Memories blanket, and I've added, I remember this was the last one my Grinch square is the last one I showed, but since then I've added this one, which is the paper yarn from a paper and pencil set I got from Yarn Enabler. And this is also part of that set. I'm just gonna finish it, and I still have a bit of the eraser end from the pencil sock that I'm gonna add in for the next square. And if I run out of that yarn, I continue with the yellow so it looks like a pencil. But yep, that is it for my Cozy Memories blanket. Next up is something I'm working alongside for the Doctor Who cowl, which is the 5th Doctor Cricket Jumper. Now, I finally got to the first cable section and last night, and I'll be working on this more tomorrow, but it's probably being blown out at some parts. But you can't see right now, so hopefully I'll have more of this done for next week. Let's see, and next up, it's a new whip. The new whip is, even though it's not much, but it's another Hogwarts bobble stitch blanket. So I gotta get back to work on this. So this is Hogwarts bobble stitch blanket number 2. And the last whip, I basically just did a round of yesterday because it was my comic theme knitting day yesterday. And so I got back to work on the Red Hood sweater. So I got set up for the top part of the targets. So, and that is actually it for my whips of the week. Next up, finish objects. Alright, finish object time! And this is the one I was knitting on for pretty much most of the week because it was nearing the end and I was so excited to finish it, and that is the Riku's guy from Final Fantasy X too. And I dyed this just... actually, the night I finished, which was Monday night, which weirdly was also my birthday, so this was my finished object birthday knit. So, yay! But, oh my god, it is... I am so happy this is finished, and I love the fact that the dye brings out the stitches more. Like, oh my god. So, and the massive amounts of tassel. Oh, but honestly, I am so happy this is done. And I cannot wait for the pictures that it's gonna be shown in. So yay! And that is it. And since I mentioned my birthday, which just happened this past Monday, so didn't do much on my birthday, but I tried to do something on my birthday, but plans change. But let's get on with the next segment, which is Stash Editions. Alright, let's get on with Stash Editions. I only have one Stash Edition to show, and I got this from the Michaels that is actually close to me. I normally go to the Michaels that's in the downtown core of Toronto, because it's a 3-floor Michaels and I can find everything there, but sometimes the Michaels that is near where I am has some yarns that's not at the Michaels downtown. Specifically, this color of Vanna's Choice, which is one of the colors I need for one of the squares that's coming up later in the Ron Weasley blanket. And this is in the color Denim Mist. I've got another mist color. I believe it was Purple Mist. I can't remember. It's somewhere in my worsted weight storage bins where I have everything color coordinated. And hopefully soon I will have a pegboard to place up all the worsted yarn up on the wall. So that way I don't have to keep storing it in all the worsted yarn in the bins. But yay. So, and I am actually loving the Denim Mist. Actually, this is almost like one of the Patterns colors that's at the Yarn Guide, which was, I think, the Denim-y colorway yarns from Patterns. I cannot remember, because I use a red one for when I do Freddy Krueger. But yay, so it's only one, and Stash Edition. Hopefully there's gonna be something more or next week. I'm just waiting for some payments to come in. And actually, that is it for this week's episode. I will see you all next week with some footage from the con that I'm going to this weekend, and possibly some other stuff. So, till next week, stay crafty, my friends.